Hello. Welcome to Productions MJC.
And here we are with Richard Troyan about a month ago teaching another First Amendment auditor how to antagonize and incite people to be scared enough to bump up the... it's organized crime. He's teaching other people how to do it. Here he is. I believe that... let me unmute this and I'll try to go back just a tiny bit because he talks about Richard Troyan, True North Transparency, in Michigan, pulling the same crap. Let's see, here we go. He just outs him.
Oh, I forgot. We're here with this guy, TNT, True North. Look at that. What up, though? Much love to Canada.
There he is. That's him. That's the same guy. He's going across the country with these First Amendment auditors, actively trying to... It's organized crime. He's actually doing this from state to state. This is in Michigan, where they're at. I've called that phone number that you can see there, the 313-889-4226. And I have told the Ian Pfister, I believe it is, that he is violating the law. This isn't First Amendment auditing. The First Amendment doesn't allow you to instill fear. Ian lies to people and tells him that he's there to gather secret information for him and all, for Mr. Tarkelson or something. They lie to the general public, and they just try to incite trouble. Now, Ian himself, they were sitting there mocking a butcher. Ian is up on charges because he pepper sprayed the guy. They were mocking him, ridiculing him, putting their cameras up to the window, agitating, and even the chief of police said, this is close to disturbing the peace, because you're not just silently doing this, you're intentionally antagonizing these people. You're whipping them up into a frenzy. The cop tried to tell him what he was doing was illegal, and Ian wouldn't listen. So now Ian is up on charges of assault and battery, pepper spraying somebody. The person came out and was going to walk over to the police or to his vehicle, and Ian sprayed him for walking over, for coming out of the business. It was in Marine City. But there's Richard Troyan, True North Transparency. He's kind of the instigator in this whole thing. He's going from state to state, from First Amendment auditor to First Amendment auditor, and kind of organizing this whole, what looks to be a crime spree of, they have similar rights up in Canada, but, and he knows that up in Canada where he is, he can't instigate people and tell him he's recording them and stuff but when he comes to the United States, he's doing it. He seems to be the ringleader, even though Conrad has his sons and that freedom of the press guy in this. But, well, they all know that they aren't conducting the swatting themselves, but they are trying to whip the crowd up into a frenzy, so the crowd does the swatting for them. They just kind of incite the people to a riot and then stand back and film the riot and make money off of it. So it's organized crime. In my opinion, it just seems to be what their intent is to make money off of inciting riots. And I've called the number on the screen. I've let Ian know. I've let Freedom of the Press know. I've let Richard Troyan know. I've left comments on the videos of Conrad, so he knows, and they don't care because they don't think they're going to get caught. They don't think they're going to get their feet held to the fire. But they antagonize people and irritate people. I mean, if you're a First Amendment auditor, why are you outside of private business? Because the First Amendment is about protections against overreach from government, not overreach from a private business. So they're just trying to get these people to call in their hoaxes for them so they can make money off of filming the hoax as it happens. There's another one, MCC, but he's not involved in this one. But he's just as bad. He'll walk into a post office carrying a pepper ball gun, which is a dangerous weapon, and he'll just tell the clerks, shove it. But he's a big bear of a man. He's 340 pounds, probably 6 foot. He's a mountain of a man, very intimidating, and he walks in there with that pepper ball gun, and he just tells them, this isn't against your rules, and he knows it is. It's a dangerous weapon. It says firearms, but it also says dangerous weapons in 39 CFR 232.1. Yeah, all of these First Amendment auditors just turn into these bullies to try to get content to get more money. And so they start breaking the law in order to do it. But the ringleader in this seems to be Richard Troyan, True North Transparency. He shows up in all these other people's videos. I mean, what kind of arrangements do you have to make to find other First Amendment auditors like that and gang up and do joint meets with them? One lives in Toronto. One lives in Detroit. Well, out just Hazel Park, just Michigan. The others live in California. And you tour our country inciting these hoaxes, violating 18 USC 1038, but second-handedly, you incite the riot that people call in the hoax, but they don't know it's a hoax. And who's his other cohorts? Let me add those videos in. I know this is going to be jumbled. I'm gathering this video back and forth, jumping back and forth. But it's important to know that True North Transparency shows up in all of these. And they incite people to attack. And then they complain they're being attacked. That's racketeering. By definition. Here we have a video by Freedom of the Press, and he shows his other co-conspirators, Conrad and Richard. Let me just fast forward this. You'll see Conrad. Richard is right there, the Canadian. There's Conrad right there. There's Richard. They'll pan back to Richard. There's Richard, the Canadian, Richard Troyan. They're all three in this to just try to irritate, agitate, and cause people anxiety so that they can. It's intentional. It's organized crime. They are, as a group and a team, causing false hoaxes and stuff to be called in. They are co-conspirators. They are intentionally doing this, and there's your information. And they're, inappropriately zooming in on people's exposed body parts right there. It's just disgusting behavior. Here's how bad it is. Let me re-emphasize this. Let me move this. He's asking people for the last four of their social. He's asking people for their credit card numbers. They even discuss amongst themselves they're going to go somewhere else because nobody's calling the cops. They want the cops called. They want to waste government time and money, which is a violation of 18 USC 1038 hoaxes. They are trying to perpetrate a hoax. They're not going to call the cops. They're trying to exacerbate these people antagonize these people, scare these people so that the people call the police. They're trying to bait the situation. Let's back up, and we're going to see the little bit. Let me see if I can just get past this. We all
to sell it.
Yeah, he already.
It's okay, man. He got the rest of the scan right there beside you to your right. Nailed it.
The gentleman, the young man in a cowboy hat is Conrad Rankin's son. He's Conrad's son. Impact Media, with the backpack and the cowboy hat. Here they go.
Yeah. Yeah, the cops ain't gonna come. If they do, it'll be ours.
The cops aren't going to come, so they're moving on. There's Conrad right there.
Why do you need to know what we're doing?
That was his son in a fast
Can
pen.
I see your credit card, sir? Or the last four of your social? The last four of your social will do.
Whatever your social number is, that's my social.
Okay.
You know, he's just trying to let's go back. There's freedom of the press right there.
Will do.
Okay, I just stopped it on him. Sorry, this is going to be all chopped up and stuff, but there's freedom of the press. Let's see, they were mocking people for their faith right there. Yeah, it's just really disgusting what they're doing. They are intentionally trying to get people to call the police. And when it doesn't work, they move on and try to work the crowd and get somebody else to do it. That is, they're trying to perpetrate a hoax to get other people to call law enforcement. It's intentional. Here we have an example of True North transparency. Richard Troyan from Canada. He is going to say it out loud. He is rage baiting. He is trying to antagonize people. He's trying to put fear and trepidation and anxiety into their hearts to try to get clicks and views. That is not allowed under free speech. You can't create a riot. There's his phone number. I've called him and told him this. That's his Canadian phone number, Richard Troyan. But let's listen to what he tells the person. And you'll see freedom of the press in his shot. And he will tell you that freedom of the press is finishing up the 360 scan. I mean, what they're telling these people is fraud. It is an out-and-out lie. But he's trying to scare people. And freedom of speech in America has limits. And he has gone beyond those limits. Let's listen in.
Why are you putting me on camera? Pardon? Why am I on camera? I'm trying to get a 360 scan of you to sell it. It's okay, man. He got the rest of the scan right there beside you to your right. Nailed it.
That's freedom of the press right there. That's the individual that is also helping him conduct these scare tactics on people. But I have called that number. I've told him about Poster 7. He's not allowed in post offices, especially the service counter area. He knows he's rage baiting people. He's lying to people to try to incite a riot. He's trying to get them to react so he can get more clicks and likes and views. It's as plain as the nose on anybody's face that he is intentionally trying to, it's racketeering. He's trying to create a problem and then profit off of that problem that he created. When they go to the post offices, they are violating federal law, and they know it because I have informed not only Richard Troyan, True North Transparency. I have called Freedom of the Press at his 310 number, and I'll link a video of his channel and show he walks into post offices after being told it's not legal. I've also called another one in Wisconsin, Welcome to This World Media, and his wife Pam Cam, and Richard Troyan, True North Transparency, prior to this by a couple of weeks, was in Michigan doing the same thing, rage baiting, inciting people to riot over the fact that he's supposedly scanning their bodies to sell the information online. He's purposely trying to create a problem and then profit from that problem he has created. As a matter of fact, in this particular same video, Smodurf, the guy in the bright greenish yellow mask, is called out by these people, and these gentlemen say, "You're just rage baiting," and the Smodurf says, "Yeah, and I'm pretty good at it too." Let me see if I can go back. He just says, "You're just rage baiting people and just trying to get them to attack you." And he says, "Yeah, and I'm pretty good at it too." Let me see if I can unmute. But this freedom of the press, there's...
I don't think people actually would be like interested in that.
See, he gets 100,000 views.
I think you're foolish.
Let's see if he says it. Let's see if he... Causing a disturbance against postal regulations. See, he's not being quiet. It's causing a disturbance. And he's just rage baiting people. He's just antagonizing them, trying to get a reaction for money. You know, just baiting people. Here we go. Yeah? Yeah, he's... See, he just said it right there. He says, "You're just rage baiting people," and he said, "Because I'm pretty good at it." They are intentionally rage baiting people, antagonizing people, causing disturbances in the post office, which is against federal regulations. It talks about disturbances, and they can be physical or audible. And yeah, they have been notified that they're doing that. Postal workers, for some reason, aren't doing anything about it. Maybe they've been told to just try to ignore these people and they'll go away. But these people are amping up they used to do this quietly. Now they don't. They stand there and banter and try to whip the crowd up into a frenzy, like Smodurf, the guy, or whoever it is, the Liberty Patrol media is doing right there. You know, it's disgusting. This is the channel for freedom of the press. And there's his phone number, 310 area code. Share your thoughts. I've shared my thoughts. I have called this individual and let him know that he's violating federal law by standing in that service counter area, and he doesn't care. He follows people, stalks them, harasses them. He's following people in here and stomping around, getting into their business. He harassed and followed that woman from her car. There's the lobby out there. He's in the service counter area. She's actually in the lobby. But he in the videos, he is the short, short man with the fat man with the 360 cam mounted to a waist belt, so it's on a pole and sticks above his head. But there's his number. I've called that. I can prove I've called that number many times, and I've left messages about the poster 7 and the fact that he is violating federal law by being in the service counter area. He doesn't care. He stomps right on in, and he stays there. And Liberty Patrol Media is the person in the green mask. He incites people to fight all the time. He is constantly going hands-on and fists-on with people. That guy in the they follow people out to their cars. That's called stalking. That does fit the legal definition. She doesn't want him to follow, and he's stalking her, following her out. He will go back in. He'll lie to her and say he's getting AI recognition software pictures and stuff like that. But Liberty Patrol Media, Richard Troyan from True North Transparency, I've called his phone number. I've called another number for Welcome to This World Media, where Richard Troyan, when he was in Michigan, I was letting him know that he was not allowed to do what he was doing. So here he is back again in the annoying and just being a general annoyance and causing a disturbance by talking to people, by interrupting their business, their international commerce. He's back out. He walks people down in the parking lot. I have called that 310-800-2904 many times and left messages. I've read straight from Poster 7 and the 39 CFR 232.1, letting him know that the service counter area is prohibited. He doesn't care. He stomps right on in. So he's another one.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day. This has been Productions MJC.